Introducing to you firstly in the blue corner, wearing black shorts, trimmed with gold. She weighed in at 10 stone, 11 pounds, 4 ounces. From 4 professional contests, her record boasts 2 wins, 1 draw and just 1 defeat. She comes to the ring as the reigning Belgian welterweight champion. From Antwerp, Belgium, Joyce van E. Her opponent across the ring in the red corner, wearing black shorts trimmed with red. She weighed in at 10 stone, 6 pounds, 6 ounces. She brings to the ring a perfect professional record of 2 wins from 2 contests, 1 win coming by way of knockout. From the Steel City of Sheffield, she is a different breed, Bree Wright. Your timekeeper at the bell is Peter Humphrey of Doncaster. Your referee is Michael Alexander, also of Doncaster.
She's got a decent support here, Bree. Local girl, they said, from Sheffield. Roger Sampson's Manor Boxing Gym. Manor Boxing Academy, I believe.
This is 6 2-minute rounds in the super welterweight division.
Manager and cutman Jamie Sheldon in the corner.
Yep, looking forward to this one. Both girls seem nice and focused on the way to the ring. Let's see how it goes.
Well, Joyce van E seemed a bit blasé about the whole thing coming out the first round.
Yep. You know, this is probably a bigger platform than she's boxed on before, Sonny, and you know, a little bit of nerves will get in there, but she's holding the centre of the ring. She's letting the lever go early.
Yeah, nice and slick from Bree there. Decided to take a little look round, drop her shoulder, throwing a few hands with her opponent right now though. She's got to be careful with her heads. I think it's very easy to start getting those elbows and clash of heads very early on in the fight. Absolutely,
absolutely. You know, styles make fights, and as we can see, Joyce van E is a girl that likes to come forward. She walks forward in straight lines, so they've got to be careful with those heads. You're right in what you say there, Bree. Right, doing well, just holding centre ring and looking to pick those shots. That's a good shot selection there from Bree.
And actually, she's changing the angle of the attack on the way in. I feel like when she's coming straight through the middle, she's getting smothered a bit. And then she has a little walk around again, takes centre of the ring. It's quite nice work to open the first round from Bree here. Confident stuff.
Yeah, got that typical sort of Sheffield type style, you know, like the Ingle Gym type style where she seems to be nice and relaxed, switches her shots very well. Shot selection's great. Good, confident start.
And I think this is the best shape I've seen Bree in as well in a professional ring. I think you can tell she's taking the training seriously, and I think her weight's coming down. Maybe she's trying to, you know, drop down into a weight as the fights get a bit harder.
Yeah.
But I feel like she's looking in good shape here. She's looking quite strong at the weight, and looking sharp also.
Yep, just taking the centre of the ring now. Bree Wright trying to pick those shots, switching from orthodox to southpaw. Lands a good left hand from the southpaw style there. And a left hook from the orthodox style. This is good work here from Wright at the end of this first round.
Her opponent taking the shots well, quite well there at the end of the round, but taking them nonetheless.
Yep, good start there from Bree Wright. She landed some good shots. Joyce van E started the round well. She come out confidently, let the hands go, was walking in straight lines, walked on to a few shots, and as the round progressed, Bree Wright just seemed to slip into her comfort zone. She was switching from orthodox to southpaw, landing a good array of shots from body to head. Good left hooks going in and right hands. Good finish, Sonny, to the round as well.
Yeah, I think she found her rhythm, she found her range, and as soon as she found it easier to get her first shot off, she started just letting the first, the second and the third go, and she was catching Joyce van E. She did take them well though, her opponent from Belgium. But
corners 10 seconds.
I would like to see her doing a little bit more defensively, Joyce van E, rather than just looking to attack straight back. There's Bree smiling there in the corner, giving us a little wave. Very confident. Hopefully not too confident.
Yeah, well, you know what it is. The first round's always the round where the girls have got a little bit of nerves because it is a big stage for these girls. But as Bree got into that, you could see the confidence. She started oozing the confidence, and at the beginning of the second round, shot selection's brilliant from Bree. Looks nice and relaxed, picking those left hands, lovely. And Joyce van E really struggling to deal with the angles, Sonny.
And you can see the confidence growing. She's dropping her shoulders, she's dropping her hands a little bit. She's stepping from side to side. Yeah, you can definitely tell she's growing in confidence.
Yep, up to her game, isn't she? Big left hook went in there from Wright as well, and Van Eves felt the weight of that. She's starting to feel the pressure here, Sonny, looking a little bit unsteady, going backwards now. The mouth starting to open good. Left hand through the middle again there as well.
Well, she's trying to hold her ground, but you can see her wanting to edge back as Bree's getting to the edge of range. You can see her wanting to take the negative stance, but she's still trying to fight back here. I think these shots are getting to her a little bit.
Yep, slowly but surely she's chipping away, and Joyce Van Eve is just starting to look a little bit uncomfortable in there as she sits on the ropes. And
those jab chops are finding the target every single time. That right hand chopping hook round the side.
She's starting to grow in confidence, isn't she, Bree? Right, she's really looking relaxed in there, switching from orthodox to southpaw all the time, making it very difficult for her opponent. She doesn't know where them shots are coming for, and really taking control here.
She needs to be careful not to headhunt here, though. We'd like to see her dropping it into the body a little bit on the second phase.
Well, yep, you feel that that's where she would get success here.
Well, her
against
opponent,
Joyce Van Eve. Again, right hand goes in again, and Van Eve takes that shot well.
she's enjoying herself in there, Bree, at the end of the second round. I think that's two very confident and comfortable rounds for the home fighter.
Yeah, definitely. Bree Wright has slipped into a nice little rhythm now. All the nerves seem to have gone. Shot selection's brilliant there. I'm loving the way she's switching from orthodox to southpaw, working. And you're right in what you say there, Sonny. She's headhunting maybe a little bit too much. She's brought a good crowd here tonight, and she might try to get the job done inside the distance. Well, that comes when you're not looking for it. She needs to start switching it up, you know, bring the hands down, work the body, feint the shots, start being a little bit creative, and she may find those openings. But Joyce Van Eve is sticking in there. She's showing that she's tough, and she's putting up a credible performance.
Yeah, but she's still got 4 rounds left here. I'd like to see her
Corners,
maybe
10
getting into the
seconds.
fight a bit more in her own right, because she can't keep taking shots like this for the next 4 rounds. The next 8
Seconds
minutes.
out, round 3.
Bree's really getting in her range right now, and I don't think she's feeling tired. I think she's just warming up, to be fair. Comes straight out, throws the first shot, straight on her opponent.
Yep, she's controlling the space in there now, Bree Wright. She's got the distance perfect. She's just out of range, and when she wants to throw the shots, just stepping in range and landing those clubbing right hands. Joyce Van Eve, to her credit, trying to push forward, trying to do something, but not enough variety from Van Eve at the moment. There's the body shot she was talking about, Sonny.
Well, she's trying to just match her, Joyce Van Eve. She's trying to throw back every single time the shots come in, but they're just in more volume, they're sharper and probably a bit heavier coming from Bree.
Yep, little smile there from Van Eve as Wright landed those shots to the body. Both talking to each other in that. Then again, the big right hand just hits the gloves of Van Eve.
You could see her sit on that shot that little bit more, though. You could see her, she's really trying to land something clean here, Bree.
Yep, she's growing in confidence, isn't she? She's planting her feet more. She's controlling that distance, and she's just pushing Joyce Van Eve back to the ropes, and she's landing at will at the moment. She's controlling it. She's controlling the pace in there at the moment.
Yeah, well, she's forcing it. She's making her opponent work really hard. She's pushing her back. She's backing up. And I don't think Joyce Van Eve has any real ambition right now to go forward. She's just trying to sort of ride the shots out and catch her opponent when she's walking in like that.
Yeah,
that's what she's trying to do. Oh, and another good shot comes in there. See, I think Bree just needs to be careful about getting complacent. It's very easy to just sort of get into a routine of it being a little bit too easy in there.
Yeah.
And then you end up shipping the clean shot.
Yeah,
the shot to wake you up.
It's dangerous, isn't it, when a fighter comes forward and they're landing at will and they switch off and boom, one shot can turn it around in a second. So you're right in what you say, Sonny. She's got to stay switched on, but showing good movement there. Good head movement, slipping from side to side, and another good finish to the round there from Bree Wright. She's dominated that round as well. We can see the pattern of the fight now. Bree Wright pushing forward, holding the centre of the ring, landing the shots to body and head. And Joyce Van Eve happy to sit on those right ropes and look for that slight counter punch. 3 rounds to 0 from me. I don't know about the way you feel about this, Sonny, but Bree Wright at the moment controlling this fight and doing pretty much as she pleases.
Yeah, I mean, I think you'd struggle to argue a second of the first 3 rounds for Van He. I think Bree Wright's been in total control. I think she's been flowing through the gears. I think maybe sometimes a little bit too eager, trying to get the work in the 2-minute rounds. But she's doing everything she needs to. She took a couple of shots there, but nothing of noteworthy mention. So I'd just like to see her keep going through the gears, and maybe she'll start breaking down her opponent here.
Sure.
In the 4th round.
You mean, you know, she's only 2-0 at the moment. You feel that will come maybe with a little bit of experience. This is all about the development stage for these girls and the guys as well, isn't it? Like, you know, they get this opportunity and sometimes they can be overeager. They make little fundamental mistakes. Lovely left hook gone in there from Bree Wright. She's landing the shots well, and a big left hook again. And Van He just starting to feel the weight of these, Sonny. She seems to be breathing a little heavier.
Yeah, she's firing back though. You can see her still trying to fire back. She was wincing at one point in there. Some of the shots were landing. Another big right hand over the top lands for Bree Wright. She's really confident here. And she's just stalking her opponent there from corner to corner. I like the way she's doing it though. She's not really rushing in. She's getting her levers working. She's resetting quite nicely, keeping the pressure on quite smart. Having a little walk off when she doesn't want to fight, when she doesn't think it's on her terms, and she's going again.
Yep, she's Bree Wright showing good experience here and good composure, just taking her time, switching from orthodox to southpaw, keeping her opponent Van He guessing with the body shots going in there as well, and you really heard that thud in and just above us here.
Like
good right again.
I feel like the ref's taking a slight closer look as well there when some of those shots are landing. She is firing back, but you can't just keep taking clean shots.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. She's Bree Wright is in complete control in there at the moment, and Van He's just being pushed from corner to post at the moment, and not a lot coming back. Like you say, Sonny, the odd shot coming back, but a dominant performance from Wright here as she lands another good right hand, followed by a left hook, and yep, the referee certainly seems to be taking a closer look here.
But this is great experience for Bree. You really do want the fighters that help give you the rounds. I don't think she's the biggest puncher in the world, Bree, but there's enough behind these shots definitely to keep her opponent honest and keep her backed up and suppressed. If anything, the rounds are probably the best thing for her at this stage in her career right now. I know it's great to get the knockouts and it looks fantastic for the highlight reels, but when you've had them few fights where you've had to go the rounds, you know, you might have picked up a little hand niggle, you might have had a cut. When you've ticked all those boxes, it will pay dividends at the later part of your career, rather than as good as 10 first-round knockouts may look in the first 10 of your fights. That doesn't really do the most for you when the fights really start getting tough.
Sure, this is all about the development stage right now, and as you say, and I agree with you, Sonny, I think that this is a great experience for Bree Wright because she's getting that experience. You know, she's picking her shots, she's tried to put on the pressure, she's put on her opponent on the rope, she's tried to go for the finish, and that hasn't worked. It's all good experience to know when to take your foot back off the gas, try and get yourself through those rounds and pick up this experience. But good performance so far, 4 rounds to 0 on our scorecards for Bree Wright. I don't think you can argue for that one. Not saying that Joyce Van He hasn't made a good contest of this, because she has so far. She's hung in there, but Bree Wright at the moment dominating this one.
Well, I think she's doing as much as she can. It's an honest performance, I'd say, from Van He. She's not just come to, you know, sort of take her digs and get out. She's really fighting back here, but I think she's being outclassed, outpunched and outworked by the better fighter at the moment in Bree Wright.
Yeah, Van He, to her credit, come back there after a heavy barrage of punches from Bree Wright, who's working well to the body and the head, and Van He's hanging in there, but it's starting to become a little bit painful to watch. Those shots are really thudding in now as Bree Wright setting her feet and really driving those shots in.
Well, it was interesting. You see Van He try and take the centre of the ring, and Bree Wright just stayed outside of range and was half allowing her the time and opportunity to come forward. Van He didn't really take it, so Bree took back the centre and started fighting. I think she actually looks like she'd be better on the back foot, Bree. A little glimpse of it there, of a little pop-out hook and roll-off. I think she's having to fight out of style with her opponent now.
Yeah, that's a great shout. And I think you're right, because she looks better on the back foot, but Van He's not really fancied pushing forward, and that's the reason why. She walks on some big shots. Uppercut, left hook goes in as well. Van He covers up. Right hand, the referee has got to be taking a look soon, because there's some big shots going in here. although she's not seemed in any trouble, Van He, the accumulation of punches, the volume of punches have started landing here, and Bree Wright is in complete control. Uppercut Sunny is starting to get through as well.
Yeah, I mean, she landed it the first time, and I think she threw the same shot about 7 more times. Well, if it's not broken, don't fix it, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's worked. Van He trying to come back with a shot, but right above us here, big right hand goes in again from Wright, and Van He under a lot of pressure there in that 5th round as she walks back to her corner, puts her arms up on the ropes, deep breath, and credit to Joyce Van He. She's really having to bite down on the gum shield here. She's showing a lot of heart, a lot of grit, a lot of determination, but Sunny, Bree Wright at the moment really is oozing confidence, boxing beautifully out of the orthodox and southpaw stance. And you're right in what you said there. She's better on the back foot. I think she's forced to fight out of character here, really, because she's going forward, but that's not where I don't think she's best.
Yeah, you can see the little qualities in it when she does want to disengage and use the ring and use her movement. She's getting out of any sort of situation as easy as you possibly can. And then she's taking back the centre of the ring, and as soon as her opponent's showing no real ambition to force the pace, she's taking control of that as well. I do think it's been a pleasure to watch tonight.
Yeah.
And I think it's been a really mature, measured performance so early on in the young girl's career.
Yeah, I agree. Bree Wright only having her 3rd contest tonight, and she really is boxing beautifully. She showed us a little bit of everything. Shot selection, boxes well on the back foot, can box on the front foot as well, throws shots from unusual angles, and there seems to be some good power in there as well, and that's testament to Joyce Van He, who's soaked up some good shots as she does again. Right above us, the left hand, right hand goes in, and Van He bites down on her gum shield and comes back again. Gritty performance here from Joyce Van He, Sonny.
Very, very tough. Very, very tough. She's taken some solid shots here. You can feel and hear the impact in some of them. I think Bree really wants to knock out, and she's going about trying to force it here in the 6th round. But if there's going to be a round that you can try and push for it, it's going to be the last round. When your 5 rounds up, this is the time to really sort of push through the gears and try and leave nothing really left where you don't need to in the ring.
Sure, and the girls obviously do the 2-minute rounds, which, you know, you can vouch for this as I can as well. That last minute can seem like a lifetime sometimes. That really does add time onto a round. So getting the stoppages in 2-minute rounds, the point I'm trying to make is much more difficult than the 3-minute rounds. You just feel, had this been 3-minute rounds, Joyce Van He may have struggled to see this round because, again, she's under heavy punishment, and Bree Wright sensing that she could be close to the victory here, and she's really piling on the pressure.
Yes, the last couple of shots in them combinations, she's that little bit more emphasis on it, a little bit more purchase on the punch, and then you're forcing the ref to do something there because she's landing clean, but she's throwing a bit too much effort in the first few punches. So the last 2, they're not coming out with just as much power on them. Yeah,
she's just loading up a little bit too much, but that will all come with experience. So big right hand again there. The referee's taking a close look. The bells come just at the right time. Credit where credit's due. Joyce Van He sees the final bell, but what a performance from Bree Wright there. Beautiful shot selection. She started off, took a look at her opponent in the 1st round, and as those rounds wore on, Sonny, we see some beautiful boxing on the front foot, the back foot, the switch hitting, sitting down on her feet, landing the big shots, shot selection. She had a bit of everything there.
Yeah, and I think I've seen Bree box a couple of times now, and that was definitely the most impressed I've been of her. I think a few things clicked tonight, and she felt good and felt confident, probably felt fit, probably made weight right. You could see there was a different sort of confidence than maybe I've seen her. But maybe, you know, first couple of fights, you don't know what it's like in the pro circuit. It's a very new experience. It's different to the amateurs or anything else. But I think she really did well tonight. I think she dominated from start to finish, and I don't think there's one argument from one person in the room 1 second of the round, of any of the rounds.
What a great way to start the evening's entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, give it up for both boxers. After 6 rounds of action, we go to referee Michael Alexander's scorecard. He scores the contest 60 points to 54 points in favour of your winner. From Sheffield, Bree Wright!
Yep, just as we expected, 60 54 to Bree Wright, but we must give credit where credit's due. What a performance there, gritty performance.